This is Mercedes-Benz GLC and I have no idea how I managed to ignore it for so long. But let's start from the beginning. GLC, in Merc parlance, is an SUV based on the C-Class. It replaced the cool-looking boxy GLK, which was less cool when it came to interior space and driving. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of the current C-Class either, so perhaps this is why I subconsciously ignored the GLC? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but I like the way GLC looks. It suits the current Mercedes-Benz styling and clearly differs from its main rivals Audi Q5, BMW X3 and Volvo XC60. On the other hand, I know some people will think it looks too much like a jacked-up station wagon, and this may put them off. However, if you want efficiency, this GLC Merc has only one real competitor, and that's Volvo XC60 T8. Yes, the plug-in hybrid. This test example is a 350e, which means a 211 horsepower four-cylinder engine works with a 116 horsepower electric motor, producing combined 327 horsepower. Here I should point out Volvo XC60 T8 with similar equipment is significantly more expensive, but has 80 more horsepower, 11 kilometers longer electric range, and it is about 100 kilograms lighter, and therefore, at least theoretically, more efficient. But today we're talking about Mercedes-Benz GLC, not Volvo, and the Merc really surprised me. I remember GLK being much less comfortable, and its air suspension, it didn't cope well with uneven surfaces. GLC, on the other hand, is very, very comfortable indeed. This SUV is also well sound insulated, which is especially important when driving in EV mode. I can't hear any suspicious noises from the inside, and I'm shielded from the outside noise as well. I love it. And if some geezer wants to show off from the lights, GLC does 0 to 100 km per hour in less than 6 seconds. If you want faster, it will have ENG badges all over the place. Or made by Sweden. .350e is the only GLC version with a 7-speed, not a 9-speed automatic. Torque for the hybrid drivetrain is 560 Nm. If you want more, it's ENG or a 3-liter diesel, both of which are more expensive. As this is a plug-in hybrid, there are additional batteries under the boot floor which allow GLC 350e to travel some distance in zero emissions mode before switching to classic hybrid, where the petrol and electric motors work in tandem to achieve best efficiency. Theoretically, this car should do 2.5 liters per 100 kilometers and be able to drive up to 34 kilometers in EV mode. Only it doesn't. The best I got was 17 kilometers in fully electric mode, so combined fuel economy was between 6 and 7 liters per 100 kilometers. You can recharge additional batteries from a 230-volt electric socket, which takes just over 4 hours, or from a wall box, which takes 2 hours. Or you can recharge batteries on the go using the car's petrol engine. For me, it took about 20 kilometers to regain 10 kilometers electric range. I realize winter may not be the best moment to test out electric range of a car, but during my week with the GLC, temperatures were above zero and I preconditioned the car while it was plugged in. Let's say in optimum weather conditions, I could get maybe low 20-something kilometers out of the batteries. As far as I recall, only Toyota Prius PHEV managed to achieve manufacturer's claimed electric range. At the time of filming this, I haven't driven the XC60 hybrid, but I drove hybrid XC90 and it was also about a dozen kilometers short on electric range. But let's say you don't care about lower electric range, you're still getting an SUV with relatively good real-life fuel economy, albeit nowhere as good as manufacturer promised. Around the city you'll be better off than with more powerful diesels and even less powerful petrol model. And hybrid GLE can still tow up to 2 tons. The only drawback is a 50-liter tank, so what's your range? I'm also pleasantly surprised with the way GLC drives and handles. Sure, most of the time I just want this to be a comfortable SUV, and it is, but switch it in sports mode and steering wakes up and there is a decent noise as well. With permanent all-wheel drive Firmatic, this car has great traction on tarmac, although off-roading is not its forte. There is no off-road mode or anything like that, so yes, it will go over sand, but you don't want to push your luck. As far as fuel economy is concerned, Mercedes is doing a lot to help you achieve better results. So for example, if you set a destination in your sat-nav, the system will adjust driving modes for you. So it'll adjust whether you should go in hybrid, electric, charge mode, whatever, it'll do that for you. And there is also something called the Haptic Gas Pedal. Basically, if someone in front of you is driving slower, you will get this vibration on the gas pedal, so you let go of the pedal and you coast for a bit. And speaking of coasting, if you coast and there is somewhere slower in front of you, energy recuperation will be stronger to slow you down a bit, to not to waste any energy, so you don't have to press the brake pedal. Eventually you will have to press the brake pedal, but it will slow you down a bit. So all these technologies are really cool, but clearly they're not enough. Extra batteries take up some 150 liters of boot space. Ordinary GLC has 550 liters boot volume, this one just 395. There is enough space under the boot floor to stow charging cables, but not the boot cover, which, by the way, feels quite flimsy for a Mercedes. Seats fold automatically and you get flat loading area. There are shopping bag hooks and a 12-volt socket. There's also much more space in the back than I expected. I'm 175 centimeters tall and there is plenty of legroom and especially plenty of headroom left. There is storage under the armrest and 2 cup holders. The transmission tunnel is quite large. Not much is happening in the front. Check out my other Mercedes-Benz reviews to learn more about the dashboard design. There is decent amount of storage, it is comfortable but nothing stands out. Mercedes-Benz GLC prices start at around 45,000 euro, hybrid version starts at 53,000 and this test example is spec'd out to about 77 grand. Mercedes-Benz GLC 350e can be comfortable as a Mercedes should be, but it can also be quick and relatively economical. Great for daily commutes and weekend excursions. And how do you like this hybrid Merc? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon here or here, depending on where it's gonna be. So anyway, click that bell icon to get notifications about new activity on my channel. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.